Hey everybody, hi Sinistello. Happy Friday afternoon. We are going to code. And we're not going to stop coding until we fall asleep. No, actually, that's not true. What time is it right now? 1 o'clock. Yeah, so we'll probably go till maybe like 4:30. I don't know. Hey, Chef Alton. Well, let's just get right into this. Okay, got the accept quest dialog to show. There's no quest to accept. Probably generate that information next. Excuse me. Yep, let's do it. Generate quest objectives. Figure out a gold target based on some formula. From the gold target, generate the list of required items. Where's the design of this stuff? What's going on? Why is this a weird color? There we go. Yeah, I guess the data for this should just be in an array. And all we care about, it's going to be like quest data, I guess. And we're going to have a gold target and a like reward multiplier. Or like I don't know, reward size, something like that. Int and long. Anything else we need for this? I don't think so. That's the only way the system works, right? Yeah, I think it's just that. And we don't even need quest data. We could just have a formula for this. Hey, Pige, am I ready for PoE 2? I was born ready. I've looked at every node in the 1300 node tree and I figured out the perfect builds for every class. I alone hold the secrets to the universe, Pige. Hey, Matthew, on YouTube. I'm not going to be playing PoE 2 probably. But you're probably like vibrating right now. Just jittering back and forth. When's it going to launch? When's it going to launch? When does it launch? Because it's today, right? PoE 2 launch date. I don't see a time. I just see a date. I mean, there doesn't seem to be a lot of hype around PoE 2. I think it's nice. I really hope it's everything you wanted it to be. And I think it would probably be fun to try, but I need to have some real life friends who play. And I don't think I could convince any real life friends to play that game. It's supposed to launch 2 hours ago, but the servers are dying. Why do you think I'm here? That's true. Why else would you be here? Anyway, Paj, I saw your video on what's it called? It's not Satisfactory, right? I don't remember. One of the factory games though, but I haven't actually watched it yet. I saw it did pretty well, so good job. Yeah, I think we need a formula for this. And the only reason why not to have a formula is if I want to hard code the values, which you know what, I think I do. So let's go make quest data. Do we have a quest folder? Yes, we do. Quest data. Yeah. So public class quest data. This is actually a record struct. Let's do the old copy paste. Tectonica, that's what it's called. I think I might have. Did I play Tectonica? I think I played Tectonica. Was it on Game Pass? I think I played this. Yeah, if it was on Game Pass, I think I played it. I don't like factory games. I just don't like them. So they're not for me, even if they're done well, I think. All right, all we need is a gold target and a reward size. Long gold target. Int reward size is the lowest. Yeah, and this is the rough target to hit, or the minimum target to hit for the total value of the items required. Nice. So now we need to go manifest that data somewhere. Go to game constants. By the way, Paj, how have you been in general? How's your life going? We're gonna do public static read only. The way we normally do this actually is just have an all quest data. I guess we could just put that here. Yeah, public, read only. Actually, this would be static. Read only. Read only list. I guess it could just be an array. Quest data. Are there array extensions? Yes, there are. Okay, all quest data. Lunch was good, yeah. All right, this looks good enough. They're just random numbers, basically. I think we want it to be something like this. And then maybe the last one is just going to go up over and over and over. It could be driven by a formula, though. Amounts. What would this mean? This would mean your first quest would require like 10 green potions and yeah, whatever. Let's just try this. See what happens. I think it's pretty good. Way too busy though. Me and the wife are at the point where our options in life are have enough money to survive and never see each other and die. I'm sorry, let me stop laughing and continue reading. Die working or have more free time and die of poverty. You know, typical life stuff. I'm sorry to hear that, Pige. Yeah, sorry. I just want to make sure I was getting the right gist of your message. Yeah, look for what it's worth. I think things will get better, but I only have private information to base that off of. But I believe in you, Pige. And I am hoping for the best. In the meantime, you got PoE 2 to clog your brain. Hey, Sir Puffin. All right, namespace cannot directly contain members such as fields, methods, or statements. It's got to be inside of a class? Yeah. So fine, public static class all quest data. And that's where we put that. Member names can't be the same. We'll just put data or quests or something. I don't know. Proven over history. At least now we have choices. It's all good though. Yeah. Life for me has felt busy, although in a different way, I think. There's been a lot going on, and it's mostly been good busy. I've been putting a lot of time into Skeleseller. PoE 2 is looking promising. I've heard a lot of things about the combat being slowed down and that being a good thing, and they're feeling like there's weight to the actions. And I'd kind of like to check it out, but I think I know what would happen if I were to try it. I'd probably play for a bit. I'd probably have like a moderate amount of fun. Then I'd get a few hours into the game and be like, why am I doing this? And I think that happens with a lot of multiplayer games nowadays. Like originally I was doing it like way back when, in the Diablo 2 days, I was doing it because it was just fun. But then it was like, well, I'm playing with my friends and I'm having fun. Play that. A few hours of fun is still fun. Yeah, but it's not like a few hours of fun versus sitting there staring at the wall. It's a few hours of fun playing PoE 2 versus a few hours of fun playing like Final Fantasy 7 or something. You ever make an online version or will you keep it standalone offline game? Probably standalone and offline. Unless this turns into like Angry Birds or something and then all bets are off, we could probably do whatever. But I don't think it's going to have that level of success. So I think it works best as a single player game. But hey, who cares? Hey, Sorrow. All right, cool. So we got this. So figure out a gold target based on some formula. I mean, we don't need a formula, I guess. From the gold target. Well, we kind of do, right? When you reach the end, it goes on infinitely. Yeah, let's do that. Figure out a gold target based on some formula when you've exhausted all quest data. Manifest quest data. First one, then the other. Play all of the games. Halls of Torment. I think Kevin was playing that. And that did look interesting. I'm a little hesitant around Survivors games now. I was saying this earlier, but I feel like there's a lot of time investment to get to the point where you're in the regular game loop and you're having fun. And up until then, you just feel like, oh, I've got to get a lot of power. The more I kind of play games like that, the more I feel like you're just sort of fighting a number system, which is all games have sort of ever been when they're RPGs, but it's a little bit more obvious sometimes. Like there are some games that sort of force you into whatever level you are -3 to whatever level you are like +3 or something. So this is the range of enemies that you fight. And at any given point, you're fighting different looking enemies with slightly different abilities and whatever else. But it's not like you could just go beat something 12 levels higher than you. And I mean, that's what levels exist for, is to give you an idea of the general difficulty. But yeah, sometimes it just feels like it's a little too obvious. Some games feel like work. I kind of like that feeling. But I imagine if I worked more like you, I'd want my games to be more fun than work. Yeah, that's why I don't like factory games. They just remind me of work. Yeah. A lot of grind feels like actually working a job, but I can still enjoy simulators. There are actual jobs. Like bus simulator. Hey again, Strong. Okay, so we don't actually have a way of starting the quest. We need to figure out which quest you've done last. And that's what the tavern is going to track. Like current quest level. Or maybe next quest level. I'm not sure. Private int num quest done. How about that? That's pretty good. Yeah, so when you get a new quest, we have to generate a quest. I feel like there should be something that lets us generate that. Maybe I'll just save a function here. Maybe not. I don't know. Just get the next quest. Public static quest generate next quest. Int num quest completed. Probably trying to figure out how a game's number system works. Once I figure out how to numbers go big and do it a few times, I go to the next game. I see. Yeah. I guess it's not the job they normally do, so it's interesting. I don't totally get it either. I played, I think, one of those real life simulator games, which was Power Washing Simulator, and it was decidedly okay for me. Although part of that was marred by the bad multiplayer experience. There was like a lot of lag. So one of the person who hosted the game saw that our objective was like 80%, and we saw that the objective was like 60%. So it was like super separated, and it was hard to know where did you actually have to wash because there was some like disconnect between the two. I'll create something bigger, and one wrong input ruins everything after coding all day. The games start out sort of easy enough, but yeah, there's a lot of complexity at some point. So satisfying, you 100% of the achievements. Yeah, so what's the appeal for you, Sinistello? Okay, so what makes a quest a quest? There's some number of required items, and then there's the progress you have toward those items. So we could split this into something like quest objective and maybe quest progress. And the objective would be something like 5 potions, 4 bows, and the progress could be something like 0 potions, 2 bows. Is that worth doing? I guess in both cases, it's just a dictionary of item ID to int. Is there a generic term for both of these things then? Quest. I guess quest objective, yeah. Think my game's finally working. All right, take care, Paj. I really hope you enjoy. Hope you have a good weekend. Hope you can put as many hours as you possibly can into the game. Steam had on sale. Don't really have time to play games anymore. Roller Coaster Tycoon I felt was different. I don't feel like that's a proper simulator game because running a theme park looks very different from what Roller Coaster Tycoon was. But I think the games like Power Wash Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, like Lawn Mowing Simulator, I think those all very closely resemble what the real life experience is like. Satisfying to see something completed. Totally makes sense. That if you work more, then games like that are less fun. Hmm. Yeah. So quest, I think I want a quest objective in here. And then we can track the progress as well. Maybe a quest is both the objective and the progress. I'm not sure. Hey, Laird. Been playing quite a lot of Stardew Valley. Are you playing unmodded? Because my wife was just talking about playing again, and I'm like, we just played earlier this year, and we were playing with another friend, so it was 3 people, and we pretty much like did everything there was to do in the game, other than start hunting for achievements and trying to like get a perfect 100% farm. And I don't think that would be that much fun. Are they safe to play? What do you mean by safe? I feel like they're, by whatever I would consider safe, they're safe. All right, I'm still not totally sure how I want to do this. So, are there type aliases in C#? Create an alternative name for a type, making your code more readable and maintainable. Features particularly useful when dealing with complex or lengthy type names. Is this new? It is pretty new. Just using point equals whatever. Yeah, so I think I want to do something like that, using quest progress equals dictionary item ID int. Does it not like this? Can I import this? What? How do you? uh, System.collections.generic. Type or namespace could not be found. I guess you can't do that. This seems very weird. Probably do this in a different way. Hey, Ribbit. New here, new to coding, scripting, game dev, strengthen my art skills. Just wondering what coding language you're using for this. I'm using C# for this, which if you've ever seen Java, it's very similar to Java. People said it was not an option. This is articles of feature specification. So no, I guess this isn't possible. Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, that's fine. I just wanted 2 different names for the same general thing. Yeah. And I'm still not sure where I want to put this, but I guess for right now, let's just do it this way. Dictionary, item ID, int, objectives. Yeah. Well, actually, we'll make this public, I guess. Public objectives, get init. Oh, a couple of quality of life mods. Never played the base game fully, so it's somewhat new to me. I see. Yeah, I think some of the quality of life stuff is pretty important. I played a run once where I allowed equipping like more than 5 or 10 rings or something like that. That was pretty fun. It trivializes the battle, but or the combat, but it's still fun. I think it's important to have some just dedicated relaxation time. Who cares? Guess we're just not gonna set. Okay, so this generate next quest, we need a gold target, which is along, right? Yeah, gold target, and we need the reward size. Both of those are going to come from this array. So let's do that. Quest data, like nearest. Actually, do I want to do that? Yeah, quest data, nearest quest data. This is going to be, there's some function I wrote somewhere about getting a. Wait, where was it? Cost functions? Cost functions, yeah. Get within bounds. Okay, it must be an extension. So then we're going to say data.get within bounds, number of quests completed. Good. And then if you are beyond the length of the data, then all we need to do is update the, I don't want to do this. Gold target equals nearest quest data.gold target. And we want to do some kind of like math.pow 0.1 to the number of quests completed minus the number of quests that there are. Num quest data. quest data. Yeah, this minus this. So let's see. If you're at 10 and there are 10 in this thing, this is going to be 0. So it's going to be this plus 1. Okay, and then delete that. And the reward size is still going to be this reward size. Otherwise, just get that stuff. In fact, this is kind of silly. We'll just do it this way. Got it. And got it. Cool. And once upon a rhyme. Seems like the user alias might work. Oh, it goes in. Oh, it goes inside the namespace, I see. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. All right. I might end up doing that then. Now I want some sim games. You know, I think my favorite sim game was The Sims. I think that was pretty good. Okay, so we're going to return a quest that has a certain number of items required based on the gold target. And then I guess we need to know what the reward size is for this. Int reward size. And just store that somewhere too. Actually, it should know just from what I've typed already. Yeah, there. And then same thing here. Good. Hey, Dark. All right. So now what we need to do is this logic that I had written. Randomly select non-rare items that you've found until we've met the gold target. So this is actually not possible to do without knowing which items you've seen. And the items that you see come from the town. So we need the town involved somewhere. But the thing generating the quest has a town. So I guess we'll just take in the scene items from here. How do we save scene items? Maybe we'll just pass in the scene items tracker because that has a hash set here. Yeah, nice. Let's do that. Scene items tracker. Okay, so this is calculate the quest data that we want. I guess we could have just made a new one of these. In fact, I don't know why we didn't do that. Quest data, like I'll just say quest data equals new. And we're going to pass in the gold target and the reward size. This should work, right? Yeah, it should work. In fact, this should have been unnecessary for all of these, right? I think so. Quest data, gold target, capitalize that. Init only property. Oh. Oh, it's read only? Well, not anymore. We could change that. Yeah, let's change that. That's kind of stupid. And I'll do this down here. And then we'll return this. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a private static quest data generate next quest data. And this is just going to take in the number of quests completed, and it's going to return all of this stuff. Return quest data. Now, what's the problem here? Cannot implicitly convert double the long. Oh, because of math.pow. This is a percentage. This should have been times this. Times 1 plus this. And then we convert the whole thing with a math.ceiling. And then along next to that. There we go. I hate this linting error. And I want this to just be deleted completely. 1003. It's the stupidest thing. We already have it turned off. CA 1003. What is this one? SA 1003. Why are there two different ones? Oh, they're just two different ones. Okay. Well, we're getting rid of 1003 because it's the worst. All right, what does that say? Come on. There it is. Operator should not appear at the end of a line. This is caused by auto formatters putting casts on their own line. It provides no value. It's just so stupid. So now it's gone. I don't know if I like this formula, by the way. So this is going to say do 10% times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So, whoops, 3, 4, 5. Technically, it's this. And I did that wrong anyway. It's 1.1. Ha 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 ha. Delete that. Yeah, let's try that again. So 1.1. Good. And all these costs are going to be multiplied by the final cost in here. So technically it's this. I mean, let's write out another few of these. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These are all going to be times 1,000. So these are the numbers we end up with. Let's delete the decimal points. So it'd be 1,100, 1,200, 1,330, 1,460. Starts going up by a bit more. I think this is good. Should probably progress. No, that's probably good. I think it's good. This is all from the hip stuff anyway. If it feels bad, we can just code more of these. I don't think it matters too much though. Okay, cool. Hey, Twez, why are you typing at mods? Is there something in chat I'm not seeing? Everything looks good to me. All right, so now what we do is we get quest data equals generate next quest data. Maybe we call it next quest data even. And then this is going to be based on the number of quests completed. So now we can delete all of this stuff. The reward size is going to be this. And now for a set of objectives. And that comes from quest, dictionary, item, objectives. We also need to track the progress, I guess. Progress equals. Yeah, it's a new dictionary, but we're going to copy over the keys that we had in the old one. There's probably some easier way to do this, but I'm going to just do it this way. For each item ID. There, perfect. Yeah. All right, pass in the objectives. So here's how we determined that we're going to come up with the objectives. We have a target amount of money. So for example, this is 100 gold, and we need to generate 3 random items that you've seen, and then generate random quantities that will sum up to at least that amount of gold. Ideally not too much more than that amount of gold. And we've got to use all 3 items. So I guess what should happen is if we find a combination that only uses one of the items somehow, that we should just regenerate it. You can use group by. I'll just leave it as is for now. But yeah, that can probably be slightly simplified to a one-liner. Yeah, so this would be like generate quest objectives. Seen items tracker, gold target. Sounds good. All right. What is this doing? What did this come up with? Total value is less than the gold target. Item ID equals non-rare seen items. Get random element. Then get the item of that. Then figure out how much you need based on the value. Set it. Add the total value. Pretty interesting, but that's not how we're going to do things. We're gonna do it this way. 1, generate 3 random item IDs from non-rare items you've seen. Then 2 is use one of each item. 3, if we're... Wait, use one of each item if if, how do I say this? If any two of the items already causes you to go over the limit. Actually, does it really matter? So what if it does? Yeah, use one of each item. Who cares? I guess it could give you a quest target that's technically higher than this, but it would almost never really happen. And even if it did happen, it means it's one item. So how hard could it be for you to find it? Yeah. Yeah, I'll just make that simplifying assumption right now. Use one of each item and then keep requiring one more random item until we've hit the total. Oh, sorry. I mean, who minds? Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit silly because let's say we wanted 6,000 gold worth of something and we have a 3 gold potion. We would need 2,000 of those potions. So ideally we're generating more than one item per time. Although it's not really a big deal if we are just running a for loop 2,000 times with an addition operation, because that's all this would be. Also, it wouldn't actually be 2,000 times because we'd have more than just a 3 gold potion there. But in concept, this is what could happen. Anyway, it's not a problem to generate a bunch of them. I guess what we could do is we could start generating. We could sort of chunk this and split it up. So instead of 6,000 gold, if we know that we've got like a 15 gold item, a 20 gold item, and a 40 gold item, then what we could do is we could say 6,000 divided by the biggest one is 150 items at least. So what we could do is we could generate like 30 items at a time, because it would be pretty easy to do that. Then like slow this down. I'm not even going to do that. We're just going to go with the original way that I said this, and it'll just run a for loop like 2,000 times, and we'll simplify it later. Like I said, it shouldn't really matter. It's like 2,000 addition operations. Hey, Nox. Okay, so we get the rare, non-rare items that you've seen. We need 3 random ones. We don't have a sample for a hash set, do we? No. So let's convert this into an iRead-only list. To list, import link, and then get 3 of them. So iRead-only list item ID, chosen items, or like objective items, objective item IDs, desired item IDs. Yeah, objective item IDs. So we sample 3. Wasting clock cycles, I know. I'd rather have something working at first and improve this later. At some point, we're going to need the number of items required by a quest. Public static int num unique items required by quests equals 3. This number, constant, cannot be marked static. Constants cannot appear before that. Sure, let's put this up here somewhere. All right, this number needs to be used by one other place. We had a like greater than or equal to 3 somewhere. Yeah, here. This should be game constants dot that. Yeah. Okay, same thing in quest data. So we want that many items. So these are your objectives. And now we need to know how much of each objective you want. So we're going to do this. So yeah, you require 1. Now keep requiring 1 more until we've hit the total. So we need to know what are the values of those items. Long total value 0. Total value plus that. Now this thing that we have here. So get a random one of the objective item IDs. Okay, now this is getting a little bit kind of stupid here because how does this work? We're actually shuffling the list. Okay, we can do this a little bit differently then. We can say random index. How do you generate a random number in C#? Doesn't Godot have something for this? Why not use var as a bad practice? Yeah, it's just a code style thing, like Kevin said. The reason is kind of minor, but if you're ever looking at code, say on GitHub, and you don't have an IDE, it can be hard to tell from a particular block of code. Like let's say we go to, I don't know, Battle System or something. It can be hard to tell from a block of code what something is. So imagine if, I don't know, just imagine something you had something like this, like var, whatever, adventurer equals get adventurer. If you're looking at this code in isolation, it's hard to know what is this thing, what should I expect there to be. The compiler knows, but and your IDE probably knows, but if you're just looking at the code in isolation, it's hard to tell. And the other thing is you can still write var. So you could say something like var foo equals whatever this, and then just put your cursor here and say to fill out the form for you, fill out the variable name for you. But yeah, gd.random, yeah, that should be good. I think this broke my autocomplete. Yeah, your follow age is October 10th, 2016, Atran. You've been following for quite a long time. Isn't it? Oh man, I don't know what's going on here. Rand I, there it is. Percent that, cool. So random index. So now this would be a random item. Random item ID is gonna be that. Oh wait, this was an array, wasn't it? Array extension should have that. Does it not? Random element, random.next. Yeah, we could do this. This should be super fast. Oh, I guess this is the fastest possible thing. It's not even a function call. Cannot implicitly convert type long to int. What? What is a long here? I don't know about that. Huh, okay, well, anyway, should be fine. Random item ID. So now get that item data. We could just store the values in here. Random item ID. Quantity. I don't. No, I do care about this. Objectives, random item ID plus plus. Total value. All right, there we go. Hey, Green Wave. And yeah, I think it's nice. It's like co-working, right? Almost our 10-year anniversary. Oh man, I never thought about that. Yeah, it is. So you should avoid var because you return a mix of return types that you don't want. You want to explicitly call out the data types you want to use and expect from functions. That argument I don't think I understand. Return a mix of return types you don't want. I guess you'd have to know at some point when you're exiting the function you're in if you had the return type you expected, and those need to be explicit. You can't put var here. Oh, an unsigned int is a long? Oh, for whatever reason, I was treating it as fewer bytes than a regular integer, or the same number of bytes, I guess, but just no sign. But yeah, I guess it needs to be a long at that point. Will I do a mukbang stream? I don't think I've ever really eaten on stream. I don't really plan on doing that either. I don't think I have disgusting eating habits or anything. I just, just don't really see a point. Use collection expression. That will actually work. Okay, cool. So this is what we do. We generate quest data, we generate objectives, and then we return a new quest. So now we should go try this out. It might have mentioned along because the number can't be expressed in a regular int anymore. has to be at least a uint. Well, I'm kind of surprised I didn't just say uint. Maybe because it would confuse people. I don't know. Hey, Captain Info. Watching someone else doing it? Yeah. Especially nice if you don't lose your train of thought if the person's talking to you, which happens to me. Okay, so somewhere we have the tavern and we generate a quest. Where is that? Ah, here it is. Open the item bin. Yeah, so we need to generate the quest that we want. So we can store that there. Quest equals that. What's the problem now? Quest data does not contain a definition for that. I think it's all quest data. Yeah. All right, I want to put a breakpoint there, and I want to see the kinds of quests that it'll generate. So, you know what we should do? We should just call this with a bunch of different numbers, right? So let's do this. 4 int I equals 0. I is less than 50. I plus plus. We're going to generate this based on that. That's going to give us a quest. We're going to then print out the quest. I don't know what this will print as. Will it be readable? Will it not be readable? So let's try that out. I'm guessing it's going to print some just like summary object instead of printing out what's in this dictionary. All right, I don't actually care about that. Oh, sorry about that. Should probably turn down the sound of the game. That was me accepting a quest. Yep, printed out garbage. Okay, fine. So is there an easy way to print out a dictionary? How about we just have a toString on quest? Public override toString. Yeah. It can print out the total objectives. I really just want to print out this dictionary. Yeah, so string objective string. That doesn't even work, right? What is this doing? Whatever. I'm just gonna form this the way I definitely know how. Yeah. For each. Cool. Let's change this to item ID in reward size. All right, item ID and reward size. This should print the progress as well. This looks like it would be fine. Why is it not working? Item ID, reward size. Oh, because I don't need this here, right, of course. And use string.empty for empty strings. Sure. And then return the objective string. Okay, so that should print out. So now we want to delete not the objectives, it's just the quest. All right, let's try that. Just selecting the strings. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. It won't make a sound now, so don't worry. That was too loud. All right, so here are the kinds of quests it generated. Give me 2 small blue potions, 5 big life potions, 4 medium green ones. Let's go figure out how much those are worth. All item data. Small blue is worth 3. Big life. Whoops. Big life is worth 15. So we're at 6 plus 75, so 81. And then medium green, 4 of those, 101. Yeah, perfect. It's 1 gold above the target. It's not guaranteed to be that way. Although in this case, it'll always work out to be within at least 14 gold, I guess, because it could add a big life potion. And then toward the end, we get to quests like this one. Give me 2,000 of each kind of potion. Oh, this is interesting. It's going to try to... Okay, I hadn't thought about this. It's going to try to even out the numbers of each one of them that you should get. because of how we randomize this. Yeah, that's probably not desirable. I don't know. I don't know what's desirable from a game design perspective. So we require 3 types of items. One may be cheap and the other's expensive. Should we require more of the cheap one then? Because we could weight the probability of choosing the indices based on the cost of the item. I feel like we should probably do that. Yeah. Yeah. I think the answer to this is yes. So that way you would find you'd need like 4,000 of these, but only maybe 1,000 of these, only maybe 500 of these. I think that's a better way of doing things. All right, well, let's go do that then. Where's the quest stuff? Just close every other tab. This randomness is based on relative values of the items. Okie dokie. So here's how we do this. We need to figure out, we have the values of each item. So what we need is a relative amount. So let's say we have the numbers 5, 10, and 15. So the total of this is 30. So that means that the item that costs 5 should be picked 5/6 of the time, I guess. Is that what that works out to be? Item that costs 10. No, that's not how that works. Hang on a second. All right, we just had 2 items. I guess we'd pick this one 2/3 of the time, and we'd pick this one 1/3 of the time. Yeah. 5 out of 30. Okay, hang on a second. Let me just write this stuff out. 5/6, or I guess 1/6, 1/3, and 1/2. Yeah, so in a ratio of 6 to 3 to 2, right? So 6/11s, 3/11s, and 2/11s. I think that's how that would work and be fair. It must be, right? Because if you just multiply these numbers, you'd get 30, you'd get 30, and you'd get 30. Yeah. Yeah, so that is how that works. Divide target by number of requirements. For each requirement, get a random item and ask as many of those as would fulfill the required third of the total. Err in favor of the player and not require surpassing it. Yeah, actually, I guess all we're gonna do is just fudge the numbers a little bit at the end, right? We could we could do this mathematically. We could say that if your target is 500, that we just apply these ratios the whole time. So we say that 500 divided by 6 divided by 5, that's how many, let's call this A, B, and C. That's how many A's you would need. And then 500 divided by 3 divided by 10 is that, wait, what am I doing? Those shouldn't be the same number. we would need the ratios of those to be kept intact. Let me think about this a little bit more. Yeah, this amount. So it'd be 500 times 6/11ths. That's what. Right? And 500 times 3/11ths. And then 500 times 2/11ths. That's how many of each item you would need. But that doesn't take the... I'm being incredibly stupid about this. 500 divided by 3 divided by item value for each. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So that's what we'd want to do then, right? So instead of requiring one item of each, well, a minimum of one item for each. So math.max 1. And then the target, gold target divided by game constants. And then divided by the value of that item. This is how many items you need. Num needed, or quantity needed. Then the total value would always be equal to, or always be at least as great as the target that we have. Is the item value along? It's doing that thing again where it won't tell me. I think it is. Yeah, it is. All right, so this is item value. All right, gold target divided by game constants, a number divided by the item value. This should be math dot floor or ceiling, I guess. It doesn't really matter which one we pick. Then we make it an int. You drop that total value is the same as the gold target by the end of the loop, or close enough. I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. But hold on a second. What's going wrong here? Call is ambiguous between the following of these: decimal versus double. I mean, we could just make it explicit by saying this is a double. Okay, so now we can add up the total value. I guess that's fine. We don't need this here. And the total value is not going to be used for anything. So this could be dropped. But now what I wanted to do is to like fudge the numbers slightly. So it's not always the exact same every time. Although, would it really matter? It's not like you're going to be comparing, and it's not like you'll ever get the same thing twice. No, I think I do want to fudge the numbers a bit. So now we'd apply like a 10% change in either direction. So this times gd.rand range 0.9, 1.1. All right, now what's the problem with that? That this is not in the right spot. Okie dokie. I think that'll work. So in the quest, we're printing the objectives. I guess let's, how did that print out? I don't have it anymore. It was just 3 lines. I think what I want to do is I want to say quest colon, then tab this in, and then in here write total value. This wouldn't be a gold target anymore. It'd just be the sum of all the values. Total value equals 0. We only need the item IDs. That. Good, good, and good. Yep. Okay. Do you expect players to keep running low-level maps, or the value of items are not determined by the map level? I do expect them to keep running them for quest items. And there's going to be a difficulty slider that'll let you speed up the, well, not speed up, I guess, but increase the value of drops or the number of drops, and also increase the difficulty. All right, let's try this out. I'm currently generating a whole bunch of different sized quests. I don't want to do that. I want to generate level like 5 quests the whole time. Just want to see what it generates. They should all look pretty similar to one another. Oh, right. I gotta go click the button. That's weird. Why is the number 23 printing out? What did I do? What? Oh, my bad. I didn't multiply by the quantities. Whoops. Yeah, we need the values. Oh, this isn't even reward size. It's the quantity. Oh, that's why I rejected it. Okay, this times the quantity. Yeah. This is the quantity needed. Yep. Good. Just being a dope. The value if you feed all the items of the slime when it's not hungry. Actually, I think you can get more than 1 gold now that we have the hunger system, but I don't remember completely. All right, so we should have generated very slightly different numbers here. Let's just copy everything and let's take a look. So we generated 50 quests of level 5. The target is 600, I think. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 600. And the ranges that we see should technically have been 600 times 0.9. So 540 to 660, I guess. Yeah. Is everything in that range? Let's take a look. We can just do that pretty easily by doing this and then sorting and then looking. Yeah, 540 is the lowest. Well, 545 is the lowest. 629 is the highest. Okay, sure. So let's take a look at some of the items. We always should be requiring more small blue potions pretty much. And yeah, looks like that's the case. Big life potions, it's only ever expecting like 12 to 14. Yep. And then medium green potions, like 39 to 36 to 42. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I think it's good. It's fast. It's a thing. Doesn't really matter. All right, so now instead of generating 50 quests, let's generate 1. And then we need to represent those items to you and open the item bin. I think the NPC dialog should appear at the bottom with some offset. Yeah, we can always reposition where it is on the screen easily enough. Because I was debating on where it should go too. We center the camera sometimes and then want to show a dialogue. So we got to make sure that we're not covering what we're trying to tell you about. And to cover battles. Yeah, yeah. I think let's just leave it where it is for now and see. Also, I think it'll be clearer. There was a suggestion I had, which was, what if when you open up a dialogue? Oh, is that not going to work anymore? No, because I have a quest running. Anyway, what if when you open up a dialogue, instead of just seeing it appear at the top, there was like a rectangle that expanded up to where it was, just to give you a hint that like you clicked here and this is the result of it. I think that'd be pretty good. Okay, I am happy with this. Let's run that item bin code. We have 1 item bin, so it should be very easy to do. Item bin.openChest. And that should open up the quest progress thing. But 1 step at a time. 1 step at a time. I'm going to run this. So the item bin is closed. When I click this and click accept, it did not open it. Line 99 has failed. Item bin not open chest. Oh yeah, because we never set it in here because I just got rid of that, didn't I? This doesn't get initialized with this anyway. That's why. 0.5% chance of requiring only 50% of the items. Or require more just to spice it up. What we could do is we could just change this range. But remember, players aren't probably going to see a pattern here because it's going to randomly pick 3 items that they've seen. And the reason why we didn't see anything all that interesting is because I only marked that we've seen 3 3 kinds of potions, these 2, and then in a different part of the code, one of them. But what we could do is we could test it with all of the items in the game and see the kinds of quests it generates. I should probably do that. But for now, item bin is going to need to take in a tavern and not the shop. Although, why did it even need the shop in here? What was the reason? Just to get the current quest? Maybe it's just taking the current quest then. Yeah. I don't know if the tavern even needs anything. I don't even know if we need to pass in the quest. I think we can just have some, like, an item was just dropped off. Yeah, in fact, I think we just delete that. We don't even need an init if we do that then, right? Yeah. All right. Now we're talking. Everything else looking good here? We do need the quest because it needs to know if you can even drop off the items anymore. Yeah, okay. Well, it's fun while it lasted. We actually can't even initialize it here, though. We need to initialize it once we get the quest. Or, well, I guess we could initialize it to null. Yeah. And then down here, we initialize it with the quest. And then open quest can be called from that thing, or open chest, excuse me. All right, so back to this. Give us our init function back. Have it take in quest, question mark, quest. Quest equals quest. Call open chest if it's set. If quest is not null. Save the quest up here. This is null to begin with. Yep. Yeah, don't need the init. Kappa asterisk. Don't trust what Adam says. Yeah, it's pretty good. So drop off item. We need to know what kind of item you dropped off and then update the quest progress, I guess. Quest.update or like item turned in item. This is assuming that you even can turn in the item. Now we go make that method. Man, if you're going to pass null, why pass anything at all? In case we have other initialization things here. Right now it's just opening the chest. But actually, this shouldn't even be called a init. It should be called set quest or something. Yeah. Which I can't change it like that. I need to change it like this. Okay. Maybe close if it's null. Yeah, that's, yes, that is true. Do we have a closed chest? Yes, we do. So quest is null. Then close, else open. Yeah. What's the point of the new quest? Just gold? We do a good enough amount as a condition. The point of the new quest is for permanent stat boosts. Also, I don't think there's going to be an abandon function. Because there's no reason why you couldn't collect all the items. It's a line that removes the base script. Script equals null. Seems in Godot, scripts are like components. Wait. Let me take a look at that. 99152. Line that removes the base script. I don't remember enough about this. Arrive.tscn. It's interesting. Huh. That is very interesting. It's disposing the... Okay, I see. I see what you're saying, yeah. Mario, you should probably comment on that issue. That seems like a pretty important finding. It's hard to say whether it's a bug or it's expected and it's just not very obvious. You're too shy. Wait, what? I think you should comment there. I'd feel bad commenting and saying like a viewer of mine or something, or linking to your GitHub name. I think you could make a comment there. Say, hey, here's what I saw. Plus, if they see that someone else is commenting, they might be like, oh, now's a good chance to fix this thing. Now we can understand a little bit more about it. I think that's a really good point. In fact, I'm going to give you a point. And I'm going to give Kevin a point, although I'm trying to be very careful of how many points I'm giving out to Kevin. Not for this, but for all the other stuff you've been helping with. This being the GitHub issue that hopefully what I said was clear. All right, item turned in. So we have this. We need to know that it was an item that we actually cared about. Yeah, if it contains key, progress, plus, plus. Why is this items? Oh, it's ID. It's not item ID. All right, make that public. Some people aren't shy. We're not shy with bashing Godot on a pull request. Where is this referring to me somewhere? Did I do that? Not a pull request to Godot, at least. I would be very respectful there. Possibly in a private one, I would have been like, this is Godot's fault. I am trying to think about this. So drop off item, this would let us know if the quest is done. Drop off item should only be done if the quest exists. Get drop off point will accept item. Okay, yeah. So all we need to know is public bool will accept item, is that you have not hit the limit of this. So it contains that item and the progress is less than the objective. Yep, perfect. This is just wonderful. Quest will accept item or false. Perfect. Here, Esriato. For those who are curious what happens behind closed doors here, we just tested yesterday on a dev build of Godot whether the sprite bleeding thing would still happen. And it did seem like it was fixed, but it caused like 7 other crashes. So we can't accept that just yet. Hopefully it's not going to crash once that's fully been released. All right, now we need to update the progress of this thing. So this isn't even showing the right thing yet. But one step at a time, let's try running this. It should open up the quest bin and you should be able to drop off items according to quantities you'll never know yet. So let's see, we click this, we click accept, the item bin opened, and now it should accept all kinds of potions. Well, not all kinds, this one, which it's not, but I shouldn't be surprised because I think we haven't coded like half of this stuff. Install Go on my PC and start project. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah. All right, it's probably a good time to take a break. Yeah. This is done. Show all the quest progress in a single panel and then allow dropping off items again. Allow dropping off items for the quest. Item in its own scene. I think we did most of this stuff. What's this code? Was this all the stuff about picking up an item? I said I was going to take a break. Let me just take a break. Is it TNT time? Okay, chat. So here's what's happening. It's launching Minecraft. You're all about to be able to play a game while I'm on my break that is not going to be clear at all how you play it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to need to read this document if you want to learn how to play. Yeah, I'm going to go take my break. Have fun figuring this out. I'll be back in a bit. Oh wait, that lunch message is there. It's not a lunch message. Hang on a second. Turn that off. Okay, there. Yeah, you gotta wait for the message in chat. Sorry. Alright, I'm back. Let's just spectate this thing. Alright, we got Sinistella on the right side versus Darkstorm on the left. I think Sinistella's dead. Oh, not quite. You could still win. Ooh. Ooh, too bad. Too bad. Alright, good job, Dark. I'm back. Is it gonna switch scenes? I don't think it does. Close the game. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we gotta make the game a little easier to play and not have such a long delay at the beginning, but you know, whatever. Okay, so we left off with show all the quest progress in a single panel. We're gonna need a better way of doing this than what we had originally. How did this work? Panel container, and then inside of here we just had an HBox container. Okay, what I think we're gonna do is add a grid container instead of the HBox container, set the number of columns to 2, and then put a bunch of these in there. Now we delete this. and add in like that. Yeah, that'll look good. Next time we play, you'll get colors automatically. You have a lot of faith in me merging that before we play next time. Lot of faith. This looks slightly off, doesn't it? I don't know if the font size should be bigger. What happens if we make this a larger number? I mean, we shouldn't ever require like 1,000 of something, right? 999 will hopefully be the limit. Although I guess this number could also be 999. Maybe what it could say is just how many more of these you need. You could just say 5. And then that ticks down and then shows a checkbox or something. Just put the chest to the left. Oh, I wasn't saying it's a problem in terms of how large or this moving. We can just anchor it differently. What I was thinking is it's just a problem in terms of like how large does the dialogue get? It's just a large dialogue. And I think it might be better to show how many you need rather than how many you also got. But it would be kind of nice to know how many you had, to know how many you actually turned in. Like, what if you started a quest and then came back to the game and just said, oh, you got all the swords? Yeah, you know, I think I convinced myself. I think I do want to show how many of these things you got. So let's just anchor the whole thing to the right. Where's the anchor? Top left. We'll set this to center right. Yeah, and then I'll just move this a little bit. And now it should grow to the left. Yep, yeah, perfect. Okay. You want to allow going over the limit? No, I don't want to allow going over the limit. I just want you to be able to see how many you needed. And I don't think it's going to be obvious. Yeah, it's not going to be obvious unless we just tell it to you all the time, pretty much. Horizontal alignment of this should be right. Yeah. Wait, no, that's not working. It shows what I know. We need to say that this grows and has a horizontal alignment of right. Layout, container sizing, expand. So now if we expand this one, yeah, cool. It'll stay on the right side. I don't know what'll look good. Maybe just centering them is probably fine. Yeah, I think centering looks pretty good. You say align, right? Okay, right it is. Okay. I guess let's call this 1 and call this 2. How did I get a 4? Oh, we'll call this 1. Yeah, my bad. I'm not paying attention. All right, that's pretty good. So now if we were to shrink all of these and just say 0, I'm not going to do this. I just want to see what it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So the item bin needs 3 different like objective things. Is there a justify option? What do you mean? Because we can align the text to the right, we could center it, we could do a bunch of things. But I think this will hopefully look good. So the item bin needs to track what? A label and a, what is this? A text direct? A text direct for all of these? We could make this into its own object. It could be like quest objective. And it could just be a scene that has a very basic script that sets the label and the graphic. I don't think it really matters too much. Maybe the ones that are completed get modulated to a grayish strike through or something. Yeah, definitely could be. Okay, you know what? I do think I want to do that. I think I want to make a quest objective scene. So let's save a scene. There. Oh, no, that won't work, will it? Unless you said that the grid container had 1 column. How would you do that? I think we should just make the whole grid container be its own class then that can handle this stuff. Yeah, it'd need to be the whole grid. Yeah, so we just make quest progress a thing that goes into a different scene. Go watch some Go tutorials. All right, take care, Greenwave. I hope you have a good time doing it. Have a good weekend too. So quest progress should have some initializer for what the items are, and then every time you update the progress, it would update. Yeah, I think we should do that. So let's save this as its own scene. We'll call this quest progress. In here, we'll make this unique, and then we'll give quest progress its own script. I should probably just go make it first, right? Yeah. Quest progress. All right. There we go. Then delete all of this, that, and that. So this is a grid container, but it doesn't really matter. It's just a control. Quest progress. All right, the important things are all of these. So let's copy the names of 2 of them. There. And we're going to need an init that gets all those things. So what are they? They're a label. Oh, it's just a label though. I think what we should do is make it a rich text label. Yeah, probably. Also, this should probably be positioned at 0, 0. Does the anchor even still work? Let's try it. It looks like it's working fine. Yeah, it is. But still, let's change it to rich text label. Rich text label, turn BB code on, then turn word wrap off, bit content on. Oh, the font size changed slightly. Billy. Theme override. Outline size is set. Font size just probably too large. I don't know what it should be though. Let's have it be the same text so that we can try to tell. Is it 12? Is that the same? No. 11? 11 looks like it's the same. Yeah. It's close enough at least. It's not like they're going to be next to each other. All right, so now we delete this and delete this. Copy, copy, move this down, move this down. All right, that looks pretty good. So now what we could do here is we could do something like color equals blue. Not that I want to make it blue, but we could strike through or something or change the color or whatever. So we can do all that stuff. Dynamically change the font size when there's more text. Yeah, I could. I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of variance here. In the start of the game, there will probably be some single digit numbers. But then for most of the game, it's probably going to be 2-digit numbers. And like possibly you'll see some 3-digit ones. So I think it's okay if it just takes up whatever 7 characters. I hope that's fine. But we'll also see. I mean, who knows? Once we make this, maybe it looks a little worse or better than I thought it would. So we want a private rich text label. Quantity label 1. I don't even know if this is worth doing. Yeah, I don't think I care about this. I think the way we want to do this instead is track it by the item types. Although I guess the labels are always of the same. Yeah, I'll just code by doing, and we'll see how this ends up being. And this one is what, a texture rect? Item graphic one. Can you just convert it to 1-letter indication? Yeah, it's not going to go beyond 3 digits. But still, the difference between like 1 out of 1 and 100 out of 100 is an extra 4 characters. Yeah. So if that becomes a problem, then yeah, maybe we shrink the text size or something, or maybe we just limit it, or maybe we don't even pick items that you require 900 of. Although another thing to consider is that requiring, 1,500 of some item would be quite a lot of worker and adventurer walk time. So I feel like that would be the problem more than just the text would be the problem. Okay, so ready. We're going to get Quantity label 1, get node, cool. There we go. Get 2 and 3, I guess. Plus 1. It should just know how to fill all these out. Just manually drop them off. My 2,000th item. Sisyphean task of collecting little, what's the word? Widgets? Widgets. I'm going to say wobbles, combine it with baubles. All right, now we need some sort of initializer that is going to set the quest. I guess it should be called set quest like the other one. Quest. Actually, if there's no quest, then I guess we're just hiding this entire dialogue. In which case, this doesn't really need to look that way. It could just look like this. All right. So not only do we close the chest here, we also set the visibility of the quest progress, which we don't even save anymore, do we? No, we don't. Be cool for a Steam achievement. Oh, man. Manually complete a quest. Also, that'd be really hard to do because as soon as a worker picks up an item, you wouldn't be able to take it from them. Although the achievement could be something like drop off 500 items yourself. I prefer it to be static on a corner of the screen, maybe show in world when hovering the tavern. Yeah, I think what would be nice is every time you make progress toward it, maybe it shows up for a little bit. Otherwise, it's when you hover or something. But for now, I think we're just going to have the functionality of it, and then we'll figure out how do we want to show it, where do we want to show it. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, go fetch the quest progress. It's there. And what is this? It thinks it's an HBox container. I guess it's a quest progress now. Yeah. All right. Private quest progress, ready. No, I had the right name already. Cool. All right, set the visibility of this thing. Actually, this is only if it's not null. And then set the visibility there. This can have an exclamation mark. Okay, so setting it. How did we do this in the old code in the shop world? Quest quantity label, item graphic. Set the texture of these things to the items. That's already done. So all we need to do is update this. Yep. All right, so the quest requires 3 items. Should we order these in any way? I don't think so. So objectives, quest objectives. We also need the progress. So every time the progress gets updated, we need to do this. Maybe this should just be called update quest. No, I think set quest is fine. Set quest should probably just call update quest though. We would need to know the progress of the quest. I guess we'll save this whole thing off. Actually, this could be set to nothing. Yeah. Order them by amount required. Why not? I wanted to see what it looks like with the random order. Isn't that whole hierarchy for the board overly complicated? Shouldn't it just be a panel container and have the board as a style? Almost certainly now, yes. Yeah. In fact, I don't even think we need. Yeah, I think we can change this around. I'll just write that down for now. There. Or quest progress. All right, so this is going to set no matter what. Quest equals quest. So we can do this also no matter what. And this thing could just control its own visibility if we wanted to. I'm not going to worry about that yet. Yeah, update quest progress. We need that. Private void update quest progress. This will need a listener for when you update the quest too. There's going to be a lot of stuff we need to do here. Okay, so if quest is null, return. We have nothing to do. Otherwise, get the objectives. Okay. So now dictionary order is actually not guaranteed, right? We need an ordered dictionary for that. So I guess we should sort by the item IDs increasing or yeah, by anything really. It doesn't matter what. Just as long as it's the same thing. I'm going to go in terms of increasing item ID for now. We can always change how we want to do this. So how do I want to do that? I read only list item ID acquired items quest objectives keys. What is this by default? A key collection, which is what? What is this? What? C# key collection. It's probably a collection. But how do I tell? Represents a collection of keys. Class cannot be inherited. What is this thing? It's an I collection, a real collection. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can just do this. So required items, I want to sort these. I guess we need to list it to sorting. Yeah, sort. What does sort take in? Some sort of function to compare? Yeah. So how do we do this? A, B, A compared to B? Cannot convert void to this. Oh, I see. Acquired items, sort. Okay, we're getting there. So we have sorted items now. Now we need to list them in the right order, which would mean getting these things in order. So I could just do this in an array. I guess we could just save off the quantity labels and stuff. Private, rich text label, quantity labels. This could be set like that. I don't think we're going to need these individual ones. And these would be item graphics. Yeah. So set those things here and there. And I guess if we're going to do things that way, then I guess we do set these to null. Collection initialization can be simplified, sure. Great. So now we iterate over these things. For in I equals 0, I is less than quantity labels dot length. Actually, this number is better stated as game constant dot number of items required by quest. All right, so what are we doing here? Getting the required item. Name is used in another scope. Where? Oh, in this code that I am not looking at because I didn't ever want to use that code. All right, so get how many of the item, get the quantity, get the item data so that we can get its coordinates, so that we can set the region of this thing. This only needs to be done once when you update or when you call set quest. Yeah. Anyway, progress divided by the quantity needed. All right, anyway, this is the right function. Should all work. Can definitely improve this. But this is only going to get called once when you set the quest. Every time you drop off an item, we're going to need to update the quest. Which for now, let's just make this public and call it directly, but we probably want something special for that. Quest progress, update quest progress, yeah. And there's no concept of completing a quest yet. All right, let's try that. You can use order by. I see. Yeah, I should do that. That way we can get an iRead-only list. Well, that broke. Update quest progress line 57. Item graphics I dot texture dot region. They all have a texture set, and the region should all be different, although I copy pasted them, so that might fail. If I change this to, let's say 64, yeah, it's changing them all. All right, we need to make that unique. Now when I change this to 64, it changes 1. And same thing here, make this unique. All right, so this can be take the keys, order by. Oh, neat. Just take the item ID. To list, iRead-only list. All right, so what's the problem that we just had? This thing still? Item graphics I.texture. We have item graphic 1, 2, 3. We get quest item graphic 1, 2, 3. Ah, I see. None of these have percent signs. I think we need to sort by something that is player visible. Hey, neat, it worked. Put in the wrong spot though. How did that happen? And these aren't aligned anymore. How did that happen? It's supposed to go here. This is set to center right. This is also presumably set to center right. It is. So how did that happen? I don't know. But I feel like the transform of this should be set to 0. We can't set it to 0. Oh, we're changing the position, not the size. Oh my god. Okay, there. Now it's 0. And now item bin needs to put it in the right spot, which is like there. I don't know if that's going to fix anything. And that was only one of the problems. The other problem is we don't have the right aligned text. Is that even a property over here? Do I have to use BB code for that? Probably got to use BB code. Yeah, I think it's BB code. Godot BB code align text. I know there's a center flag, so there's probably a, yeah, there's left and right. Right text right, yeah. So we do right / right. Okay, let's try running that, but let's do it from Godot so we can rearrange things if we need to. Also, oh, I already closed it. I was going to say, what was the order? Because the order should always be the same. But I don't remember what it was. Okay. Well, the labels are... Whoa, wait, what? No, the labels aren't even right aligned. There's like some gap here. This is getting cut off a little bit. What is going on? The potions are red, blue, green. Which even that doesn't make sense, does it? Unless Big Life Potion is first in that list. Big Life Potion. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, but I think we need to sort them either by value or, like Dark suggested, by the quantity needed. I guess let's just sort by value for right now because it requires me changing the least amount of code. All item data dot get value. Okay. So what is going on with this thing? If I set this to right / right. So we want this text everywhere so that when I change one of these, it's going to automatically position the other ones. This looks correct. So why doesn't it look correct in the game? Oh, I just changed it. Oh, man. Yeah, darn it. Do you need to nest that inside of control and set that in the center right? That might be what I need to do. But these are controls, so they should have an anchor on them. Yeah. But I don't know for sure. But yes, I think it's the nesting and the control. I gotta start the camera zoomed in over there. Yeah, this is still, there's still something weird going on with this label. Let me zoom in on this. Yeah, it's definitely not aligned. This is the right edge of the 6, which is nowhere near the 1. And I don't think the 1 is just a very large character. I think something's wrong here. I'm just not sure what that could be and why this 2 is getting cut off. Stuff does not make sense to me. All right, well, let's try this. This has center right. So now this can be positioned wherever we want. I don't know if I need to do something here. And then maybe set quest progress back to be at 0. And then just move the control. This is very strange. This is very, very strange. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Looks like the item graphics are different sizes, which is causing the text to be located differently. The item graphics are actually the same size. It just looks like they're different. But as far as the code's concerned, they should all be the same. Because we use 16 by 16 for the, yeah, they're using the same width and height for all of them. So it doesn't know that there are blank pixels there or anything, but we can see them. Well, we can see that they're not there. Set quest progress to center right, then have the control have size 0. Yeah, I don't know why I set it to 1. Quest progress is set to center right, though. I guess what we can do is just make this have editable children and then try modifying one of these. Just set this to like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, it's growing to the right side. I think that might fix it. Oh, we need to raise this a little bit and then move this over to the side. Does it look good in the game? It looks good in the game. I mean, there's the Z index problem. So I'm going to rerun this, and then we're going to try to figure out why is the text wonky. Can you sorted set, then do new collection comparer? Yeah, I'm going to have to change this code for sure. Also, I just said I wanted to change the camera. That did work. So yeah, thank you for that, Kevin. And then let's go to town scene. We have this. What are these coordinates? Like 367, 425. Camera dot look at 367, 425. What is it? Pan and zoom immediate? Control acts as the anchor point. Yeah. You still running the issue with instance having no camera? I'm not sure. I had seen it rarely to begin with, so it's hard to tell. Write a note in my Godot notes about anchoring with a control node as the parent. All right, what is going on with this? What could possibly be happening? We have this running in Godot, so I can go look. Oh, no, we don't. Well, we're about to. So I could go look at the remote scene tree. Do they have a fixed size and set to not grow? I don't know, but the region is always set to 16 by 16. Layout, container sizing. Yeah, they're not set to grow at all. And they should always be 16 by 16. We should just be able to see it though when I do this. Like, why would that be off? And how would this get pushed anyway? This is like too far to the right. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm gonna do this on my other monitor because it's gonna be too hard to show this otherwise. All right, so where does this show up? This is inside town, buildings, tavern, item bin. Then control. Okay, so I found the whole grid container. If I change this to 100, let's say. Whoops. Okay, double whoops. There. Huh. Yeah, you can see a problem with this changing. Also, man, editing this text is super weird. I don't know what's doing that. Did that do anything? No. Huh. Also, nothing fixed this 2 down here. 2 is still getting cut off. What if I put a space? It doesn't get cut off anymore. Yeah, you can see, look at that. The bottom right side of the 2. That one is cut off. That one, it's super cut off. Yeah, I don't know what's doing this. Monospace font time? I think there should be a way to get this to work without doing that. I mean, at the very least, what we could do is we could just left align them and have the icons be on the left side. And then hopefully we don't have to worry about this. I don't want to involve another font on the project. Let's see, rich text label, right align. Is anyone talking about problems here? Those are wrong. A hyphen is used. Rich text label does not work for particular font. Run it. All right. I think it's a very unclear problem that people are talking about. Or make the cells be center containers. Wait, can we repro this without running the game? Because that would be kind of interesting. We still have the picture, right? Yeah, 0 out of 6 and 0 out of 2. Does that repro in the editor? That would make things a lot easier to test. 0 out of 6, 0 out of 2. This was technically 0 out of 11. And yes, it does repro here. Feels like a floating point engine problem. I mean, it could be. Yeah, I don't know. It just something feels weird about this. I bet the clip contents is what's ruining this one. Here, turn this off. Yeah, there we go. So that fixes that 2 right there, because you can see this is getting cut off. But it's not going to do anything for this. It looks like it isn't counting the outline. It might be that if I just turn off the outline. But then why is this off to the... oh, why is this on the right still? Or sorry, why is there a bunch of space on the right of this? But yeah, it definitely isn't counting the outline because this isn't changing the space here. The one just has padding. Yeah, maybe it is that then. So this means it's never gonna look good like this. Like we could turn off the clipping, we could try centering this sort of thing. You can select the one to confirm. How would I do that? I don't. Hey, Funky Monkey. Anyway, okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to try the center container, see if that actually helps. Because we could put a margin around this, although this is going to be kind of weird, I think. So we'll put this in here. But this is not actually something we want to be centered. We want the container to be on the right side. So how would we do this? I don't know. I think we're just going to put the item graphic on the left side. Yeah, icon on the left. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Is it a letter spacing issue? It's either that or the font itself not having correct ligature sizes. I'm not sure. But like I said, I think just putting the icon on the other side, I think we're just going to do that. Also, it should be like dead simple to make that change because all we have to do is this, and we're done. Now we set it to be left aligned. 0 out of 11. 0 out of 6. 0 out of 2. Oh, that looks great. Done. Not going to touch it. Good enough for now. Just get rid of these rights in here. Maybe you'll just set vertical alignment so it looks even better. Yeah, that should be changed. It looked like that closed immediately. That's a problem. Item bin is set to use default. Oh, I think when we set the quest to null, it calls close. It should only call close if it were open. Because the tavern gets created and probably calls set quest to null immediately. Well, guess we can't do that anymore. There we go. What happens when the 0 increases? I'll take a look in a sec. Yeah, so this is better. Obviously, the z-index needs to be higher. In fact, let's just go change the z-index right now. Did it start? Is this? Yeah, it did start. Just didn't take the focus for some reason. All right, item bin, ordering, z-index. So we're just going to increase this to, I think, 7. 1, 2, 3. 3 was good enough. 3 is probably fine. Let's see what happens when you drag an item. Does it go above or below this? It goes above it. It goes below the text. Why is that happening? Are these labels set to have, oh, a relative z-index that's much higher? Guess I'll set it to 0. Am I changing this locally? I am. Oh, and I'm changing the wrong thing. Oh my God. Sorry, give me a sec. This is ridiculous. Okay. So this, and this should have an ordering z-index of 0. Okay, yeah. So vertically centering this. There is center, but that should be horizontally centering. Yes. So to vertically center this, I think we need it to be in a center container. Oh, it's the grid positioning this. Shouldn't the grid have something to do that then? Here's sizing. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. The clip is still there? Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, I gotta change that. Clip contents. There we go. And then just throw those inside of a center container, I guess. Add center container. Put you inside of there. Is that even correct? I guess so. Yeah, it looks better than those. Doesn't it? I think it does. If I move this out of here, what does it look like? Well, it's hard to compare directly, so let's take a screenshot. So this is no center container, and this is center container. Oops. Yes, it looks better with the center container. Okay, good. Then we're just gonna go add more center containers. Center container, center container. There. And we should be able to name them all the same thing because they do not ever need to be accessed by name. All right, that's decent. Container sizing options at the top, button with dashed square. Oh, cool. I always dug into those menus to find it. Apparently a newer version of Godot is going to add in a way to like favorite certain properties. So that might also help locate some things. This looks a little weird for right now because I was modifying something and then didn't fix it. So this should fix it. Hooray. Why is it showing by default? Oh, right. Because nothing tells it to be hidden by default. The item bin needs this turned off. And then we start a quest. This should probably fade in. Also, are those like semi-transparent? Oh, they are. Oh my God. Because a long time ago, we didn't have the background. So we needed to not have them totally block what was behind them, but that's not true anymore. So we can just make them, we can change their modulate. Yeah, just revert this. Wow, look at that. It just became a lot brighter. Can't believe I didn't notice that. All right. Much more vibrant graphics now. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Hey, Filkier, center everything. Center the center container. Try the label's vertical alignment to something other than fill to have it center. Oh, I see. I see what you mean. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were telling me there. You're saying change one of these things. So this one is the best, but just because of the font we're using, I'm guessing. Also, I'm technically changing this on the container. I could change it on the label and then maybe avoid using the container at all. Not when that's like that, I can't. Yeah, we could probably just do that. Yeah, I don't think we need the containers anymore. All right. We're doing it. We're doing it. Oh my goodness. All right, the thing I really want to do before the stream can be over is to make it so that you can actually drop off items for quests. I think this looks good enough for right now. So dropping off items, workers should be able to walk there, but they're not going to ever discover it. The first thing we need to do is make it so that we can drop off items there. So if I click grant items, I should be able to drag this over to here. We don't have any of that code right now. And I don't even know if we used to have it in here. Drag, no. Where would I find this code? Let's start in player held item. When you're dragging, we needed to do this. Valid destinations, get valid destinations. So this code must have been changed. We used to have multiple destinations with this. So we need the taverns stuff. Tavern. Why would I even do that? We just do it like this. Item bin equals tavern is null. Otherwise, tavern.item bin. Wow, that was easy. Oh man. Technically, we should call this item bins, even though there's only one, because it's an array. Okay, so it's valid only if this is going to accept the item though, and we haven't done that yet, so this is stupid. Oh man. All right, I guess get valid item destinations. Item. There we go. This is just one thing. This might be null. So I think we don't want this to be like that. And we could do it like that. And do one of those. Great. Great, great, great. Let's write this function. Hey, Mr. Anderson. Looks strange when the item graphics aren't horizontally center aligned. Oh, yeah, I agree. This is a problem with the graphic itself, and it's a problem with having a 16 by 16 graphic that is not an even number of pixels, I guess, or something like that. Where are those assets? Here. Potion is just 1 pixel off, yeah. So here are the graphics themselves, and you can see that the necklace isn't really horizontally aligned with this. If we just bump this to the right, I think it would still look bad. Yeah, now it looks like it's 1 pixel off to the right. So I think what we really would need to do here is something like this, where we, whoops. Hang on a second. I'm very bad at art. We do something like this. Wait, I gotta select that other pixel too. And then we paste it. Yeah, we do something like that. I think that's how we should fix this. In fact, I wonder, I mean, that looks kind of good enough already, right? It still looks like a smaller potion than the other ones, right? Yeah. But now it's symmetrical. So if I were to just export that and then rerun the game, or make it 1 pixel thinner, yeah, that would work too. Nope, whoops, can't rerun the game because I never wrote this function. Very small potion. Just 1 blue pixel. Yeah, looks a little chubbier than I'm used to seeing it. Also, is it still off? How's that possible? Oh, that's just the cork's bigger? Still too far left? No, 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 no. Something else is wrong here. What? It's with these potions, right? How big is this? Yeah, this is only 13 pixels wide. So this has the same problem. This is probably not an issue. This is probably 16 pixels. No, it's 15. Why are they all odd numbers? All right, I'm not fixing this right now. I, yeah, all of the potion graphics are not like sort of properly centered. Yeah, I'm not spending the time doing that then. I'm just gonna revert that. Just move the blue potion 1 to the right and look at it. Oh, this one you mean? Well, it's not properly like centered above the thing beneath it. But yeah, it's a problem no matter what. No, the small one. Oh, the small one either way is I already know the original graphic was bad. I didn't realize all of the potion graphics were bad in that same way. Any plans for the weekend? Tonight we're having a movie night, and then tomorrow we're going over to a friend's gender reveal party. And I plan on working on Skeleseller in the meantime if I can. I'm just gonna revert this for now. I know we're look 2 pixels off. I think it's just 1 pixel off. I mean, it can only be up to 1 pixel off because, yeah, it can only be up to 1 pixel off. Your friend is revealing their gender. They're having a kid. I don't know. I don't think there are any hints yet. That's the gender, but they've asked everyone who's showing up to guess. So I guessed boy. Take your laptop to work on the game? No, no, no. I I would be horrified if someone did that. But I am actually feeling pretty tired. And I think my wife is too a little bit. So I think we're gonna like, I don't know, maybe try to cut down on plans in the next week or two, something like that. They don't compute in my mind. I think it's just a reason to get people together. That's all. All right, what am I doing? I wanted to get the items so that you could. Oh yeah, yeah, I remember what I was doing. Back in the town, we go over to here. We write this function. This should be really simple to write. We just say if will accept. Oh no, if item bin will accept item, then return item bin. Easy, easy. This is technically I accepts item. Tavern, not all code paths return a value. Oh yeah, of course. There. That looks good. Now what's the problem here? Operator question mark cannot be applied to operands of type I accepts item and collection expressions. I don't believe it. I'm just gonna run this. I'm guessing a void too. A pretty good chance of being right here. I'm returning null there. Exclamation mark. Did that? I didn't even read what it auto-completed with. This is right around the time of the stream where I feel my brain lagging. Yeah. And that's why I returned that. Now we should have this working. And to get gifts. Actually, I don't think they mentioned gifts at all. It is a potluck, so we're bringing food. What is going on here? I don't understand this. This should return, oh, I see. This should return this. And how is this written? It's so weird. This should return an I-read-only list of I accepts item. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. Yeah. This is dumb. Are we finally good now? Cool. So now I should be able to manually drag items over here. If I try dragging an item before we've opened it up, nothing happens. Oh, I didn't open Godot, so it's still the chubby potions. All right, but now we click this and we drag an item and it does nothing because I must have messed something else up. But what could it be? Well, let's drag this over there and then start dragging the blue potion again. And it should return the item bin. Yep. And then something's just wrong. What would be wrong though? It must be. We need this too. Read only list item bin. Tavern is null. Otherwise nothing, or the item bin of the tavern. Cool, concat that too. I don't think that mattered though. Something else is going wrong here. Give valid item destination for entity. This needs to change too. I modified this code myself. I don't remember what I did. All right, let's go find it. Code. Where is it? Add tavern. Commits. It's probably this one. Remove quest from shop. Did this change town.cs? All right, what happened here? Shop displays was in get item destination for entity. Get valid item destination. Yeah, that's fine. That. This won't work. We didn't put this in for entities. If the tavern exists and it'll accept the item, then we return that. Yeah. If tavern is not null and tavern.item bin.will accept item, then return the item bin. All right, but we're still missing something here. We know it was returning this. It's not highlighting it correctly. What's responsible for highlighting it though? It's player held item, isn't it? Oh, it doesn't have an outline, maybe? Has an outline holder. That should be all it takes, right? Because an I accepts item has something like get me the outline holder. Yeah, get outline shader. Get outline shader. Turn the outline holder shader material. What is going on? All right, let's put a breakpoint there. And let's try. Nope, it took the item from me. I need that item. All right, no, something's going wrong. It's not highlighting that. Let's try this again. Yeah, yoink. It just ran right over there. That's my item. Okay, cool. It's returning this. So are we seeing it now? Oh, we are. Cool. So can we add an item? No. Why not? Maybe I wasn't clicking hard enough. We need to like get a hammer. So something needs to accept it. What else would have had to be, what else would have to be modified? Shop maybe was modified before. Save data, shop component, get item destination. Turn the item bin. Get valid destination. Get all item destinations. Customize. I don't see it. Drop a sequence diagram. I think this should be easy enough to figure out. There's like one thing I must be missing here. Drop off item. Did I ever fill that in? I don't know how I would have filled that in. It certainly sounds like it. Yep, there it is, right there. It doesn't do anything. I forgot about this. There's item turn in, but we never. Oh wait, no, we do this. Whoa, 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 what? It's not actually dropping it off though. Hang on, let me try that again. Drag one of those. Yeah, drop off isn't being hit. What should call this? Player held item. Clicked item destination. It doesn't know that we clicked the destination. That must be it. That must be it. Yep. That's my guess at least. I don't actually know. Unclicked item. And yeah, there's never being called. We just deleted the item handler. Hey, look at that. Add an NPC here. Yeah, maybe. We can always do that later. Yeah, delete that for now. Event should not follow property. Sure. Need to handle a quest being complete. Hey, Mystical Cell. Return a collection on a get valid destination. I don't think it's that. I think it's just that I didn't have an item listener or a click handler here. Yeah, now it's getting hit. All right, does it update the label correctly? Yes, it does. Cool. So these should just walk over there, right? Yes. Why are you going over here? No, you're not. You're going somewhere else. Wow, look at that. It's actually working. So now if I pick up another red potion, it doesn't let me put this in. If I pick up a blue potion, it does. Perfect. Okay, let's give a bunch more workers and a bunch more items and hope that they complete the quest for me. It's not going to do anything when they complete it, but it looks cool. We need to go fight in the forest so that This will actually work. And then level up the rogue a bunch. There. All right, that should give us enough blue potions. Now we just need to hope that we got some green potions. And then wait as these things just wander around aimlessly because they don't have anywhere to drop this stuff off. All right, that's where I manually drag these. There we go. Now, where are the green potions? There are none. There's one. And I think there's one under there somewhere, but I can't actually grab it. Nice, we did the quest. Nothing happened because I never coded that. Yeah, there's at least another full day of work on this. Quest complete. So you can't move items out of the way? Not yet, but you will eventually be able to. We're going to make it so you can drop an item wherever you want. We just haven't done that yet. How long have you been working on this game so far? Since April. It's been almost 8 months, I think. It's neat to see a game take shape because it's come a long way. And I think there's still a lot to do. Tackle the to-do items in the code. Okay, I think we should clean up some of these commits now. This is done. This is done. This, what is this? Did I do all this? No, not on quest completed, that's for sure. Handle completing a quest. Probably need to resurrect a lot of this code. What else do we need to do? Increment num quest done in the tavern. One idea that just came to me for held items, make them grow slightly so it looks like they're closer to you when you pick them up. I think it's a cool idea. Manual drop will be a problem. What if a worker targets an item that you dropped outside of a walkable path? That's one of the things I wrote down in... Where did I write this? I don't know where I wrote it. Ah, here it is. Yeah. So I wrote, we've got a couple of options. Option 1, don't consider the item accessible until it bounces over to where walkable terrain is. Or option 2 is just don't allow workers to target items that are out of bounds. So like you could just drop it on a random tree, but then it'll never get picked up. I think I'd rather just go with option 1. You drop it like over here and it just bounces its way back to the path. Alternatively, one of the easiest things we can do is if you drop it out of bounds, it just goes into the portal and pops out of the portal again. Watch people abuse that and bypass the vault. You have to like manually juggle a bunch of items though to unlock the clown achievement. All right, anything else we need to do when this is done? I don't think so. All right, so manifest quest data we did. Figure out a goal target we did. From the goal target, generate a list of required items. We did that. Show the items on the item bins. We did that. We did that. So all that stuff's done. Let's move this up here now. Make it so workers can walk to the new item bins and do walk there when they have a quest item. We did that. Keep track of all the permanent buffs. We haven't done any of the buff stuff yet. Yeah, none of that. None of that. That's not done. Yeah. Available button. What is that? Leaning toward removing it. I think we just removed it. I think it's fine. Massively inflate my adventurer's HP. When I beat Inferno, it deleted the slime. It spawned a sign saying, "This is a sign." Easter egg or bug? Definitely bug. How did you massively inflate your adventurer's HP? Can you take a picture of everything too? Edited the save. I mean, if it is editing the save, that's fine. I just have, I need to know what's doing it for sure. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to do here, which is I wanted to generate a bunch of quests. So quest for an I. Does this just fill this out for me? Yeah, sure. Great. I just want the structure of this. Let's say 20. It just needs to be some number. It doesn't matter what here. And then this, and then print out the quest. Okay. The reason I want to do this is because I want to see how it generates quests with other items you might have. Because I was rapidly switching out items in the enchanter den to see the effects. I didn't realize it was in the tooltip. Wait, really? That might actually be it. There is a bug right now where if you increase your max life, it affects your battle. But it should just be that your max life is going up. Hang on a second. Where did we put those? All battle mod data. Battle mod ID. Power, heal over time, heal, haste. No, yeah, we don't have any buffs that even affect your HP. Just, what does heal over time do? Grant all adventurers some amount of health. Oh, interesting. Your mage has 9,000 HP somehow. What? How did you do that? Number 458. Let me take a look. This wouldn't let you get to higher max HPs than you would have, though. I don't know how you got to 9,000. Hey, Carson. Thanks for the resub. Happy 6 months. How you doing? 9,000 HP. I don't even know what could cause that. Are they level 7? Are they higher than level 7? How much life should the mage have? 335. Yeah, for you to get 9,000. I don't even know how you could have done that. Max life went up. Because the only place max life even should go up is here in set max life. And this only happens on level up. Get a little too much today, so I'm a little sleepy. How about yourself? I'm doing well too. Yeah. What'd you eat? Yeah, power 9,045. How did you do this? It's got 41 power. That's correct, right? Wait, 41's not even one of these numbers. Oh, that's the archer. My bad. Where's the mage? There it is, 41. Yeah, okay, so you're max level. Olive Garden with dessert, as well as those pretzel bite things. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Wow, well, that's perplexing. I will have to look into this. Yeah. And then this image. Yeah, good find. Looking at the code, I really don't know how that would have been possible. You definitely didn't touch the save, right? Can't you just limit the max health? We could, yeah. I don't know what's causing this to happen though. Like this is a bug. So if we tried limiting the max health, I mean we might have had a bug in the limiting code, for example. The only place I see this happening is here. and we're just setting it to whatever's in the array. The number 9045 isn't special, is it? No, it doesn't show up anywhere. No save editing. Okay, yeah. Because save editing would easily let you do it, but then I think you would have known. No save file editing was involved. Was messing with the enchanter a lot. Maybe it's that somehow. This, when you beat the Inferno, you said spawn something. Yeah, did you save and load at all? Can you upload your save file to, I don't know, like a pastebin kind of site or something? I guess that would let us know if the values themselves are wrong or if this is a visual problem. Yeah, it does hint at an error while loading a save. Saving and reloading deletes the sign, but it comes back after a battle. Oh, wait, I think I know what might be doing that, but it's almost impossible for me to know for sure. I added some code that lets you upgrade shops individually. No, wait, no, but that's the original sign. Oh, darn it, I don't remember. I probably broke something. Yeah, if I can see your save file, where do you find it? Like 3 lines up, you'll see, and you'll need to look based on your operating system. If it's Windows, you can literally copy paste this into Explorer, even with the percent signs, and it'll go directly there. Yeah, weird. Weird, weird, weird. Wife asked me to stop singing Wonderwall. I said maybe. I think I need to know the lyrics of Wonderwall to understand that. But regardless, thank you for resubbing Fatudi. Oh, and Quiz, thank you too. Yeah. Very nice of you. Ah, I see, Fatudi. Gotcha. Just the save JSON file. The local settings are just for things like video and audio settings. All right. We need to check this in. I'm going to check this in right now. Actually, do we do this anywhere else? 1003? No, we don't. Okay. Turn off an annoying linter warning. Yeah, it's going to be obvious from the change what I did. Now, all this stuff I'm probably just going to check in at once, because all this is going to get squashed anyway eventually. There's some stuff that isn't needed. Like this isn't used. We should just delete that. Oh, wait, no, it is used. Just no one subscribes to it. Yeah, no one subscribes to it. And reward size, nothing uses this. All right, I'll just write that down. Nothing is using this right now. Well, yeah, eventually, I mean, we are still working on this feature, and I do have a bunch of to-do items. So at the very least, I've got it written down that we need to use it. All right, anything else that's unusual here? I don't see anything that could cause that max life thing. Maybe it's just visual from some battle healing buff. Possibly had a resonant healing buff in battle and then saved and possibly caused this. I don't know. I don't know. Any plans for the documentation or organization course? Give me an excuse to spend my company's money. It's a very rough plan, and it's whenever Skeleseller is done, maybe look at the organization course. Depends on how well Skeleseller did, I guess. So yeah, I can't imagine it happened before like June of next year for that course to be out. But I'll happily take your company's money when it is out. As much of your company's money as they're willing to give me. All right, cool. Thank you. I will take a look at this. Just GitHub. I'm going to just save this here myself. Thanks. I appreciate you reporting this. Save.json. Great. Okay, now let's take a look. 9045. Yeah, the max life did get set to 9045 somehow. That is quite interesting. And it's the mage. None of the other ones are messed up, right? Max life. No, what? They're all messed up. Or, well, those are at least. 3 of them are very, very large values, and 2 of them have the same large value. Rogue and Archer have 7K. Rogue, Archer. Those are the only 3. Those 3 are the only ones I used. Interesting. Rogue and Archer have 7K. Mr. Anderson only used Rogue, Archer, Mage. So none of them even have abilities that modify HP. All right, take care, Patootie. Thank you for the resub and the interest in the organization course. And what's with this number? Is this a multiple of one of the numbers that they should have? Rogue should have 270. So this divided by 270 is 27. And what about the mage? This times 27 is 9045. Yeah, you have somehow 27 times the max life. The number. Exactly 27 times the max life. How did this happen? Like, what's special about the number 27? It's 3 to the third, and there are 3 battles at a time. Maybe loaded a save file 3 times and something happened. I don't know. It could be that there were... No, that doesn't make any sense. It's set max life. We never even changed the max life in another way. Oh, wait, we do have this. Okay, hold on. Not there, not there, not there. I wonder if clone is ever used. Okay. Zombie curse. No, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Huh. No, yeah, none of this stuff should matter. The only thing I could think is that clone is being used somewhere and that this is wrong. It's in the battle system, but only when the simulator is active, which couldn't have been the case. Any chance this gets worse every time you load? It's possible. Maybe it was originally times 3 again. Is it any of the load from save data? Well, the thing I'm trying to figure out is for max life to show that way, for it to make its way into a save file, and for us to see this number right here means that health components max life must have been set to the wrong number. The only thing that even sets it is this clone thing right here, which should never have been hit, and set max life. And that's it. And set max life is only called from one location in the entire code base, and that's upon level up. And if this went up, then so did the level. But the other thing that's confusing is it can only set it to values from this life per level. And there is no adventurer that has that number. The fact that it's conveniently 27 times another value has to be important here. But again, it's like, how could that, even if you saw the number 27 in the code base, this is the only place we're setting max life. I wonder, is it, no, I can't think of what else it would be. It's got to be something. Oh, there's also the constructor. So yeah, maybe it got constructed wrong. I didn't take a look at that. Where do we make health components? Oh, everywhere. That's wonderful. It's not making them that happens everywhere. It's getting them that happens everywhere. And that makes sense because there's a lot of modifications that. Okay, so I don't think it'd be anything to do with the abilities. It could have to do with the enchanter, though. Yeah, none of these are creating it. Fact regeneration. Heal percent life. Shouldn't be able to put you beyond maximum. What is this? When you make the adventurer, give them life per level. Should be fine too. The levels are set correctly, right? Max adventure level 7. Where are all the adventurers? Here they are. So level 7. We should just see a whole bunch of level 7s here. Level 7. Yeah, they're not beyond that. It exists. It seems to work, but also have a sign there saying to build. Target max life. But we're never changing this. That's the thing. We only fetch it, and this is a value, so it's not a reference. So even if we change this, it wouldn't matter. But we don't change this, I think. I think that could be constant. Green potion? Are you saying there's an enchant effect on a green potion? Because I don't remember what it does. Heal all adventurers for 50% of their max health after a battle. I mean, we can take a look. Small heal after battle end. Health component, heal percent health. Heal. Heal just sets life. It doesn't set max life. Am I missing a setter here? Just in a zombie's health component. So peculiar. I'm very intrigued by this. Is there any way that this could somehow break, though? I wonder. It's got to be in all adventure data, and all the life per level things should be correct. Yeah, there are no 4-digit values here, and there should be 7 of these, right? Yeah, 7. What could it be? Yeah, I don't know. Just by code inspection, I definitely don't see anything. Would it be Inferno and deleted the slime? Yeah, strange. Hey, Flip Flip. My brain is also hurting right now. There's a bug in the game where somehow the mage got to 9,045 health. And I don't know how it happened. I just can't possibly think of what would have done this. Like I said, okay, let's write some facts. So facts, mage, archer, and rogue all had 27x their max life, their expected max life. The other fact is that health component only sets the max life on level up. And construction. And cloning. Cloning only takes place from the battle simulator, which would have been off, or else the game wouldn't even work. So it must be on construction, which I didn't. It's not easy to search for that because you have to search for this. Health component dot star new. Or, I mean, this could happen anywhere. Yeah, this is not going to be good enough to find this. Stat multiplier. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, that's the problem, right? The stat multiplier somehow getting to be higher than 1? No, it can't be that, though. It's only on team enemy. Also, it's a level times 1.5. What level did you get the bosses up to, I wonder? Hold on a second. Let's copy this into here. How do we even find the boss information? Elite, maybe? Highest elite defeated, Canyon, 6. 6 times 1.5 is 9. 9 still wouldn't be enough for this to have happened, and you're not on the enemy team. Does the game also crash when you load twice? It does sometimes, I think, which is why I put a cooldown on loading, but I think it's caused by something else. I want to say I love the art style. Thank you, yeah. If you go back to the green potion, you had part in the code that was max lifetimes percent. Maybe it has something to do with that. That's the healing code. And that should be fine. This creates a new health component with a max life, though. Yeah, 9 times 3 is 37, but I don't know where that 3 would be coming from. Also, none of this should matter unless... Also, this is only created by enemy ID. This should never come into play. We must have some other health component code somewhere. If I search for this, maybe we can find it. No, there are literally 3 spots. One is create adventurer, which can only pull from the array data, which is always going to be correct. And level was set correctly too. This can't get hit for a player. And even if it got hit for a player, it can't be an adventurer. Okay, well, let me think about this. The only other thing I could think is that this is caused by another bug that is incredibly obscure. As in, what if you could start 2 battles with the same player and somehow... No, wait, no. What if the level up handler is being called? No, not even that. Darn it, I don't know. I don't know. There is no location in the code base that sets max life, that adds max life. They only ever set it. Where they all have the same stat multiplier. Oh, wait. I have another idea. Did you load from... When did you start the save file? Yeah, when did you start the save file? Only played 0.4. But still, was it today? Because I released 0.4 and then I pushed some changes. And you might have gotten like a perfect set of saves such that they broke. I don't know how that would have happened, but it might have been possible. A day or 2 after it was released on itch. So you started the save file back then, and then you loaded from it today and hit the bug? Okay. I'm very glad I chose to ask this. Started the save file 1 to 2 days after I launched 0.4. So probably November 24th or something like that. And then encountered the bug today. This is still a question mark. I don't know if you actually did. I'm going to assume it only happened today. But if that's the case, I changed something about save files, I think. So it's possible that this only happened because of that. I noticed the bug a few days ago. Countered the bug a few days ago. Something wrong with the enchanter anyway. Well, the enchanter is all going to go away or like drastically change. So not super concerned about that. All right, so then let's take a look at this. What changed in the last however long since launching the game? Launch was here, so everything after this. Fixed bug with loading from a save file 4 days ago. We save a health component. Is that what's happening here? ID of health component is 13. Type colon 13. We don't save it like that. It's 14 here. Oh my God, that's why. Oh, I changed component IDs, I think. But wait a second, how would... Wait a second. Wait a second. I pushed someday. I don't remember which day. I guess we could just check itch to find out. Edit game. Last Monday. December 2nd. And 4 days ago, December 2nd. So what's the exact time? 10:24 a.m. So the only thing that could affect this is the stuff before 10:24 a.m. That's 10:58. Why wouldn't I have pushed this? I had a reason for this. I don't remember why though. I pushed this. This fixed the font. Oh, you haven't updated the game. Oh. Well, then it throws this out of the water. Okay, yeah. Game hasn't been updated since 11/24 though. So it was the launch version where this happened. Yeah, there was no change to the component IDs, but also it should have stopped the save file from loading in the first place. I think that's thrown out. I don't know what else could happen though. Well, okay, there's one thing I could try, I guess. I could load the old version of the game and load your save file. I don't think it's going to tell me anything though. That's the problem, and I can't debug it if I'm loading the old version of the game. Huh. All right, I don't have an idea for how this could have happened. 9,045. 27 times. Are there any, maybe there's a math.pow call somewhere? No, there's literally just one. I was going to say maybe we're doing 3 to the power of 3 and something's going wrong there. Yeah, I don't have any ideas. And why would only happen for those 3 characters? It's got to be something that has to do with battle. Because otherwise it would happen to everybody. So it's not just leveling up. Yeah. Means it has to involve a battle, or else it would happen to everyone. And Mr. Anderton did fight the bosses multiple times, especially the ogre. Only had those 3 to start with. I bought the rest after grinding gold with them. Huh. Yeah, it's got to be some enchanter thing. I just don't get it though. Small heal. Get the health component, call heal. This is on battle ended, and it's only going through the battle system's adventurers. But again, heal percent life doesn't change the max life. It's the part I don't understand. Yeah, it can't be this. It just can't be. Also, the clones don't modify the original component. They make a new component. Strange. The other thing that's weird about this is that no one else encountered this bug. Or maybe they just didn't notice. I guess they might have just thought, wow, I'm really good at the game. Oh man, it does make me wonder. Maybe a bunch of people encountered it and just didn't realize. Only sets the max life on level up, construction, and cloning. Cloning only takes place from the battle simulator, which would have been off. Number 27 being weird. I don't know. All right. Well, let's just write this stuff down over here for now. And let's go finish the commits. Yeah. Didn't notice until that sign popped up and I started checking other stuff. I see. So it might have happened at any point. Retro data. Just can't think of a way it would happen. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, you win some, you lose some, I guess. Someday that bug is going to pop up again and I'm going to be like, oh, I remember this. All right, so start with progress being 0. Every time you turn in an item, we can update the progress. Invoke this thing that's not used yet. See if it'll accept an item by seeing if it contains it and that there's progress to be earned on it still. And then a toString. Sounds good. This is good. The comment on this is bad. Let's go fix quest data. Generates quest objectives following. I guess they will always be 3. It doesn't matter. I think the function is kind of clear enough. So let's just make sure that it's clear. Non-rare items, pick 3 of them. Then pick your objectives, go through each one, get a quantity based on the value of the item, and then fudge it a little bit. Oh, did I ever look at the printed out quest? I don't think I did. I think I started to and then just forgot about it. No, this is a corn door too. It's very close to the Lily 58. Can't say the sign of the HP came first. In hindsight, maybe I should have just reloaded instead of trying to save and reload. Well, just knowing this is possible, I think is still worth it. But yeah, we're gonna have to hunt that down at some point. What was I gonna do to test this? I think click this, and then it should have printed out like 20 quests. Did it? I don't even. No, it didn't. Did I delete it? I don't even. What did I do? I'm just gonna try this again. I don't know what I did. Without Vim, that's rare. Yeah, I just never really liked Vim as much as VS Code, I guess. And thanks. Let's see, it's possible the current code. I wonder if he changed something from the version he's playing on. Well, the thing is, we could just go back to the old code and take a look. I guess I hadn't thought of that either. That's where we should have been looking for all of this stuff. Like revert to the commit that was right here. Yeah, and then search that code base. Note this was on a build from 11.22. So we probably have to revert to this commit. But even then, it's possible it wasn't that exact commit. No. It definitely was. Definitely was. Yeah. Yeah. So we have to revert to this commit. So we could revert to that, and then we could search the code base. I don't know if there's a way to do that otherwise. Yeah, I don't know. Just needed the date. Yeah. Hey, Chris. It's going well. Made some good progress today. I didn't fill out the journal. I got to do that. But first, what we're trying to do is I want to grant a bunch of items. And I want to see all of the items in the game. So we're going to click this, click this, click this, and then just let it run for a little bit. So this is going to go put all the items into all the shops, and eventually the customers will buy them all. I'm going to click this one more time, and we'll just wait for this to filter through. Should be done pretty soon. All right, that's good. And now we're going to click this and hit accept. And it should have printed out a whole bunch of questions. Oh, see, cool. It generated 3 random items there. I like that. Unfortunately, I don't think it printed anything. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, so copy all. I want to see how this worked. Can you link the commit? Sorry, I missed the hash of the one you clicked. Yeah, sure. Here it is. Okay, so let's look at the quest rewards. This is a little bit problematic. We're supposed to be generating quests to take a gold target of 100. And this is close enough to 100 where I guess it's not really a problem. But it is a little bit weird. Is that the lowest number? What's the lowest number we have? 70. This is pretty cool though. Yeah, like some of these quests are pretty short. Like just collect 6 items. And some of them are a little bit longer. Like this is 12 items. And this is 17. I like that there's variance. I think it's pretty cool. I'm just not super happy with this part, that it went so far below the target. And I know why that's happening. Because we randomize per item. So you might have gotten 90% of each item that you needed. And the minimum quantity is 1, which might not have been enough, I guess. Anyway, probably not an issue. I wonder if it gets exacerbated with higher quests or not. How would we do this? I guess we just save. And then... oh. Wait a second. This is 0. Yeah. I didn't mean to type that number. Well, let's type a 5 now, and let's see how that works. So this is going to have a target of 600 gold. And maybe it's going to underestimate by like 50 gold or something. I don't know. Build tavern. Accept. All right, should have printed out a lot of these things. Copy. All right, so let's find the cheapest quest. It's 548. Yeah. All right, and why is it 548? Let me take a look at that. Big mana potion. Big mana potion is worth 16. 16G. Medium yellow potion. Medium yellow potion is worth 10. And small blue potion is worth 3. So what is this doing? You take the target divided by 3, target stats, that's 200 divided by the item value. So 200 divided by the item value, 200 divided by 16. 200 divided by 10, which is 20. And 200 divided by 3 is 67. And then what do? We multiply by something like 0.9. 0.9. Whoops. All right, well, let's do that because this is otherwise not going to work. There. All right, so that ends up being the quantity. Yes, that's the quantity. And then we would multiply these numbers. So 11.25 times 16. 18 times 10 is also 180. Yeah, these are all 180. Yeah, so that's what happened. We just got a low number here. So what we probably should do is top off the quest by picking one of the random items and just filling out the remaining amount. Rageblade has a wrong display name. Should be the Dragon Sword, right? Yeah, it is the Dragon Sword. Yeah, because you get this by beating the dragon. Yeah, so we could change this because yeah, this can underestimate. I don't really think it matters too much. Yeah, I don't really think it matters. Got the number 70 though, because what 0.9 times 0.9 times 0.9 is 273, or I guess point. Wait, what? What am I doing? What's this? No, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, that's wrong. 81 times 9 is not 273. Yep. All right. Perfect. I'm happy. Maybe what we should do then, instead of fudging it in this direction, why don't we just always fudge it in the other direction? I don't really care. So note, this can undershoot the gold target because we fuzz the quantity needed for each item. Yeah. Cool. What are we doing here? Generate X quest data. Just get the gold target and reward size. And if you're at the final quest, if you've already beaten all preset quests, just keep increasing the gold target. Easy, easy. All right, what are we looking at here? All this is fine so far. Fine, fine, yep, fine. This is a little stupid, but it's otherwise fine. Let's go fix the stupidity here. We don't need any of this to be saved because we never refer to them afterward, right? Yeah, no, we don't. So what we can do is this. Just take this, delete that, texture rect, delete that, delete all of the underscores from these, and delete all of this. Easy. Okay. This is also kind of stupid because we're doing this no matter what. And we don't need to update the picture every single time you find an item. What else don't we need to do? That's pretty much it. So is anyone hacking the save file to get everything? Probably. Although no one's commented on it to me. We could just put a Boolean here, update item graphic. And when you set the quest, we set this to true. And when you call into this directly, which item bin probably shouldn't be doing in the first place, then it'll say false. And then in here, we'll just put an if statement. If update item graphic. It's not even updated. It's like set the item graphic. Quantity label is based entirely on this. So there we go. Challenge accepted. It's trivially easy to update the save file, just to be clear. So the challenge is just finding the file. Then you just tweak some numbers. It's all in JSON. It's human readable. There are some like little pieces that aren't going to be super obvious, but it's like any memory editing. If you can find out what value you have and then you can correlate it to something in your save file, you can probably tweak it. It'll probably work fine. There's no like redundancy checks or something. Yeah, there's no obfuscating at all. Still don't see anything in that commit that would cause a max life problem. Yeah, yeah. Something is eluding us. I don't know what it is. Because if we had something like this, if we had code that said max life plus equal delta, for example, then I would say, okay, maybe this is getting called multiple times. Maybe there's a listener for that. But we don't have that. The closest thing we have is in set max life we compute this based on our current, based on our current max life. No, wait, no, we only do that to add to life. Yeah, no, we never do this. It's always setting to an absolute number that's passed in. Yeah, very bizarre. So it doesn't matter if you call this function 400,000 times, it's still going to just use whatever value you pass in. So there's nothing additive going on there. And these numbers are 27 times the numbers that they should be, which I still, it just leads me to believe that something would be happening 3 times, 3 times. So I said that wrong, but 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. It's happening like there's a for loop and something's getting added a bunch of times, and it's just not that. I don't know what. Okay, we got to test this one more time before I finally check in, but looking pretty good there so far. Number of quests done, we never use. Yeah, we're going to have to use it. This is all good for now. This is fine. Show a dialogue saying this. Yeah, we got to fix to-do items at some point. We got to do that at some point. All right. At least the quest thing is looking pretty good. Oh, yeah. I don't know if there's a sound effect that plays when you drop off an item. There might need to be one. Do I have that written down here? Sound. Sound effects. Yep, I do have it. Okay, cool. Number of times they've loaded the game. Nothing being added anywhere, so it's odd. Or the number of battles they did. I guess it's possible. At the very least, we know that since 3 adventurers were all multiplied by 27, that it's not like the number 27 is probably significant somehow. Seems odd that init here calls itself. This is calling a different init. So this is an overload that takes an adventurer. This is an overload that does not take an adventurer. And that's going to call the one in party member base. So party member has, wow. What is that file called? Partymember.cs, yeah. Partymember.cs has an init function here. The one that it ends up calling is not going to load for me, but it's here. Yeah, it's this. Does Copilot have access to the whole code base? Can it do debugging? It can have access to the whole code base, yeah. I don't know if it would be able to tell us, like, where do we update the life of an adventurer? I had no idea how many of them have been bugged. Yeah, you minimally ran, I think, 8 battles just to beat the bosses. It's very unlikely that you only would have run, let's say, like 19 more. But yeah, I have no idea what that number comes from, the number 27. All right, so like I said, I got to test this one more time. But this is all looking fine. I'm just going to keep this here for now. Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yep, cool. Oh, that's fine. This is also good. And that's good, cool. Wasn't aware there was a cap, so I just had to auto battle an easy level and went to work. Yeah, in the future, I wonder if we'll need to change the gold caps at all. But I want there to be something pushing you forward a bit. But I realize that it's not going to be clear there's a maximum until you've hit it and you realize, like, wait, why is my gold only at 150? I don't see how this could transfer to the real one. Update max life. The life bar's max value. The life bar's max value is just a UI control, though, here. So, yeah, I don't think this should be a problem. Something would need to set the life and a health component. And yeah, the only places where that's set is on construction, cloning, and the call to set max life. And we can inspect all of those, and that's why this is so weird. Because like set max life is called from just here. Can this value ever be the wrong value? I don't think so. And if this is out of bounds, could anything weird happen? And it wasn't based on the save file. The max level is 7 and they were 7. So like that's weird. Then we search for like new health component, which granted is not an easy search to do because you could do this in any number of ways. You could have code like this, HC, and then somewhere way down here say HC equals new. There's no way to know this is a health component. But I do typically call it HC, so I guess we could just search for HC and then search for new. Yeah, it doesn't show up anywhere. Although we'd have to search for, anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. It says the end of battle, not after winning a battle. Well, remember, all that's going away. But it's at the end of a battle that you haven't fled, excuse me. I don't know where that came from. You can lose the battle, you can win the battle, it should restore your health. But like I said, it's all getting deleted in like a week anyway. I can only do set max life that one time. I don't see anything that leads down the path of this bug. Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I have no reason to believe that Mr. Anderson is lying about this, but if this were a random person on the internet, like totally random, they'd never even been in the stream, I'd be like, well, maybe they just saw this wrong, or they're just messing with the save file anyway, and I don't think that would be happening here. All right, I looked through this. I looked through this. I looked through this. So everything's good. We just need to test it one more time. You know, that bug is going to be real fun to track down. Yeah. Just don't have any other thoughts about how this could even happen. Yeah. All right, so we accept a quest. We get a quest. We can put stuff in the quest bin. Oh, also, can we put things in the shop? If I try dragging a green potion, can we put this over here? We can. Interesting. That was never possible before. I think we already fixed this problem then, right? Yeah, this is done. Nice. Oh, cool. This only takes potions, so I guess we only need to test with the 3 different kinds of potions, but we can put this here. We can take it from here to the quest. Yeah, nice. Now your workers will never put that into the shop. I say as this one's walking to the shop, probably because I already turned in 2 of the potions. Okay, I was like, that's wrong, but it's not actually wrong. They'll never take a green or blue potion over there now. Let me be more clear. They'll never take a small blue potion, which doesn't exist. So we just have to watch this green one. This green one will eventually be taken and can only be brought to one location. Go get it. Go get it. Oh my God, seriously? It's going to be the last item taken? There we go. Okay, so they should go to the right. Yes. Perfect. Somehow serializing the data failed or did something odd. It's just strange that it would have only happened to 3 of them, and we have no specific code to handle health components. We have converters for a lot of other things. So if you search for this, our converters are for items, vector 2, and vector 2i. And none of those apply to a float. So that's the part I don't get. Because you might say like, oh, well, it reinterpreted another value. But what would even be set to 9045? What would even be set to a large number at all? I don't have the save file open anymore. But I have this, I guess. Let's pull this in. Let's do a regex search for a number /d plus. And then find all of them. And then copy them over to here. Sort them. And make them unique. So now the largest numbers that we have, this, what else? 5,000, which is probably money or maybe the money limit, 7290 and 9045. So these are the bugged life values. Then what is 2451? Money, okay, yeah. And then is this the maximum amount of money? Yeah. So the only large numbers are the bugged life values and money should be large. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna check this in as like generate new quests, allow for quest generation. We pick 3 random unique non-rare items that you've found. Slightly randomize the quantities we expect based on a target gold value, then render them all in a single item bin's quest progress display. Items can be dropped off in the bin, but completing the quest doesn't do anything yet. Yep, that's it. Okay, now we're going to try formatting this code before we check in. Whoops, what is going on down that format? Man, I'm getting hungry. All right, the reason I staged my changes is so I can tell what this did, which is nothing, which is good because it means I didn't make any formatting issues. Am I on the right branch? I better be. Yeah. Start a new save in the next version. Unless it happens again, I'll just write it off as some freak accident. Yeah. The issue, I've said this a lot, but I feel like you haven't ever fixed a bug until you fully understood it. So we can't just like chalk this up to cosmic rays. It's probably lurking there somewhere. But how? Also, maybe it's worth pursuing it from the point of view of what if a save file did get, no, not corrupted, but what if something failed to load? I don't know. Antivirus. I'm just going to tweak these 3 memory addresses. Your life is now much higher than it was. Okay, we made a ton of progress. And I said at the beginning of today, we almost certainly weren't going to get this done. What's remaining here? Completing a quest, keep track of permanent buffs, apply permanent buffs, show improved stats, make the NPC tell you how this stuff works, save all of this, clean up. This is probably 1 more day of work. That's my guess. Checked your save file as well. All the values are normal. Actually, that's probably a good thing for us to ask on Discord. Excuse me. Let me just go ask that right now. Hey, does anyone, or, can people here, what's the easiest way to do this? I guess just upload their save files. Upload their save files from Skeleseller. We're looking for a particular issue that popped up today. But let me get the save locations. Ask him to check adventure health values in the game. Yeah, that's probably the easiest thing. Can anyone here with a Skeleseller save file check the life values that show in the UI for all of your adventurers? If any are higher than 300, actually I don't know what the number is, I'll just say 500. 500, could you please tell me about it, and I'll have you share your save file before you do anything else. Yeah. Wait, did I write that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a good idea. Because it would at least tell us, is this happening to many people? Is it a rare occurrence? I think it's rare. It's really hard to tell how many people would have noticed this though. Like imagine if I just randomly set someone's life to 5,000 in the game. Would they be paying attention to it? Because at some point you probably just sort of tune that out. Oh man, so wild to me. All right, anyway, journal time. Spent, oh, and mentoring. Spent the whole day working on revamping quests. Got to the point where we can generate a quest and show the progress. I also mentored Raimi in the morning. Just has that special antivirus. I really can't think of another way that this could happen. A lot of bugs that happen, it's like imagine you had some function like public int get next number or something like that, and it just said return 5, and you're like, this function's returning 6. You'd be like, well, that's impossible, right? Like, I don't know, there's got to be some sort of overclocking thing. You're not overclocking your computer, are you, Mr. Anderson? You're not exposing it to gamma rays, are you? Yeah, anyway, you'd look at this and you just be like, there is no path through this function that can return a number other than 5. So there's got to be some other issue happening here. And it's not to say that you couldn't witness this returning 6, but it'd have to be like someone modified the assembly, or they're, yeah, just poking around with a memory fuzzer or something like that. Wait, I know I asked a joking question, but then there was actually a serious question. Are you overclocking your machine? Because that is one way this could potentially happen. There have been issues in CPUs before where overclocking caused them to execute instructions out of order because their branch prediction failed or something. Man, if so, and if that's the only way this thing manifested itself, that'd be nuts. Yeah, that would be crazy. All right, what time is it? It's 4:30. Wow. Let me take a look at this. I stream for like 6 hours, 46 minutes today. That's pretty good. And next mentoring session is the 23rd. And if I take a look at something off screen, when is my dental appointment? The 18th. Okay, so next week is pretty much wide open. I might be able to stream on Tuesday and Thursday of next week. I'm not sure. But I'll see how I feel because I'm probably going to do work on the weekend too. It is slightly overclocked. Feels like memory corruption would cause more problems. Yes, I agree. I agree. It definitely would. I am going to write this down though. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Unfortunately, there's no repro for this. If it were just like, oh, run this set of steps, we could just have you not overclock the computer and test out really any variable, anything we want. But yeah, there's no easy way to do that. Well, 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 well. All right, it's been a wonderful day. I am pooped. Let's see whom to raid. People are playing PoE 2. All right, know who we can raid? I've never been able to raid before. Demised. So Demised has been playing Breath of the Wild. He's not accepting spoilers or anything, or even like backseating typically. So if you're a fan of the game, try not to give any hints. But I've been hanging out there, watching Breath of the Wild myself. Not sure if related. I don't think that should matter. Yeah. But yeah, I hope you all have a good day. Here's the Discord if you'd like to join. I will be back on Monday. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, everybody, and see you later.